I've lived in Southwest Florida for almost 9 years, and I always thought I was absolutely a Sarasota person. But Sarasota has grown and expanded so much, and so now I live in Lakewood Ranch. Although, truth be told, I'm still in Sarasota County, in Lakewood Ranch. And living in Lakewood Ranch, there's a lot of realities that people do not know about. And today we are going to talk about the 10 biggest realities of living in Lakewood Ranch. But first, I'm Lisa McBride with Sarasota Neighborhood Experts. My team and I love helping so many of you, and we really appreciate you reaching out. So give us a call today, shoot me a message, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. All right, let's get right into the realities of what life in Lakewood Ranch is all about. First of all, Lakewood Ranch is not a city. No, it's more of an ecosystem with 33,000 acres of land in 45 different villages or communities and 4 different bodies of government basically overseeing Lakewood Ranch. First of all, we have the primary developer, which is Schroeder Manatee Ranch. SMR is the developer of all of this land and pre-plans every village, every roadway, puts all the infrastructure in. Also here in Lakewood Ranch, we have Community Development District, which is CDD, and that is a fee that will be charged, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And we also have our counties, Sarasota County, Manatee County, that provide our law enforcement, fire rescue, put in our public schools, libraries. They also help with planning, zoning, and set our tax rate. And to round that all up, we also have homeowner associations in every village. Now, homeowner associations, they're in control of architectural control for your neighborhood, your amenities. So if you have pools or pickleball or gyms in your neighborhood, that's all part of your HOA. Also, HOA may maintain yards and set fees in your neighborhood. So as you can see, Lakewood Ranch is not a city, but a beautiful master planned community. The number 2 thing to know about Lakewood Ranch, although it looks like it might be fairly coastal, if you look at it on a map, it is actually 15 to 20 miles inland. And this can be very impactful when it comes to hurricanes and insurance. For instance, storm surge is the most catastrophic part of all hurricanes. And here in Lakewood Ranch, we do not have to worry about storm surge. Actually, most of Lakewood Ranch, or if not all of it, is not even in high-risk flood zone according to FEMA. So homeowners are not required to have flood insurance. And if you choose to have flood insurance, it's probably between $500 and $700 a year, as opposed to coastal homes that are paying $5,000 to $15,000 a year. And also with the homes being newer, built to hurricane standards, that many of our home insurance costs are 30 to 50% less than if you are a little closer to the water in Sarasota and Bradenton. And I've heard from many homeowners out here saying that their insurance costs are lower from other states they moved to, from New York, Chicago, DC. The insurance costs are not higher than other parts of the nation when you're living here in Lakewood Ranch. Also, Lakewood Ranch has no lakes in the area that would be another risk of flooding. So here in Lakewood Ranch, the flood risks are pretty low. As I mentioned at the beginning, when I talked about CDD, I want to go a little bit deeper into CDD. So first of all communities in Lakewood Ranch do have a CDD, or that is a fee that is part of your taxes. That is different in each and every community. For instance, some of our original neighborhoods that have been around now for almost 30 years, such as Summerfield and Greenbrook, the capital debt portion of the CDD is now paid off, and so residents are not paying that. But CDDs include 2 sides, a debt portion and a maintenance portion. The maintenance portion will always be in effect and always be part of your taxes, and that is maintaining the roadways, the infrastructure here in our area. So neighborhoods that are brand new, their CDD fees I'm seeing being much larger than some of our existing neighborhoods. If you are trying to avoid paying high CDD fees, definitely look at more established neighborhoods and a little bit older neighborhoods. And do know that a CDD debt portion can be paid off, which is very advantageous. So it's just part of Lakewood Ranch and everyone is paying it. So who's living in Lakewood Ranch? Well, the average resident in Lakewood Ranch is between 49 and 52 years of age. And we have families that are looking for A-rated schools. We have business professionals, dual income. We have retirees and snowbirds. We have a little bit of everything in Lakewood Ranch. The average income of a Lakewood Ranch resident is between $125,000 and $165,000. And the average price of a home here in Lakewood Ranch is $750,000. Now, if you want a villa or a townhome, our average price point is between $300,000 and $600,000. Our average price of single-family homes are between $500,000 and $1.5 million. And then our luxury real estate is between $1.5 million and all the way up to $6-7 million, whatever you want. We have builders of all price points, from our value builders such as D.R. Horton, all the way up to luxury builders such as John Cannon. So there is a variety of price points of home. These statistics are higher than the national average, making Lakewood Ranch a more affluent, well-educated master plan community. Actually, one of the highest educated master plan communities in the United States. So let's talk about our downtown areas. Currently in Lakewood Ranch, we have 2 downtown areas, and our downtowns are a little bit different than what you might expect in a downtown. First of all, we have downtown Lakewood Ranch, which is quaint, small town feeling with a few boutiques and restaurants. There was a second downtown recently developed along Kingfisher Lake in Waterside. Waterside Place is the newest, most modern downtown area. Again, with a number of boutiques, a number of restaurants, and downtown Waterside has lots of activities. They have Ranch Night Wednesdays, they have music on the weekends, they have farmers market on Sunday. There's so much always going on in downtown Waterside Place. So currently, the downtown areas of Lakewood Ranch are to the central and south part of Lakewood Ranch. The next thing you need to know about Lakewood Ranch is that it's been developed by production builders, with each village having a pre-selected approved builder. You cannot buy a lot and bring your own builder like a true custom. Although you have some say in what you want your home to look like with the finishes inside, there's only a certain amount of changes that you can make to your home. If you want a true custom home, our luxury homes you can design from scratch with our luxury builders. We have neighborhoods in all price points. And one thing I hear often is that there's so many neighborhoods and so many builders that it gets kind of overwhelming to decide which neighborhood is best for you. Well, I usually tell people it's very quick to whittle it down, because if you have your price point, the size of home that you want, certain amenities in a neighborhood, before long, you're going to be down to 3 or 4 neighborhoods that are perfect for you. So it's pretty easy to decide which neighborhood is best for you, even though we have so many to choose from. Lakewood Ranch continues to grow and expand. And as I mentioned at the beginning, Schroeder Manatee Ranch is the developer, and they continue to purchase land whenever possible and expanding the footprint of Lakewood Ranch, both to the north and to the south. Land was recently acquired that will extend Lakewood Ranch southeast with another 4,100 acres of land. There's a projected 5,000 homes that will go into Lakewood Ranch southeast, and each village and each builder has already been determined. So they're underway getting the infrastructure in and planning for that. However, there's always a little bit of red tape when it comes to county approval and getting things going. So it'll probably be another year to 18 months before we see homes in the southeast Lakewood Ranch area. So when living in Lakewood Ranch, one thing I hear is that it's kind of like living in a bubble. Like everything is cohesive, it's all the same, it's all manicured the same and kind of looks the same. And for some people, they might like, I don't like that. But for many residents, they love the sense of security, of community, of camaraderie that comes with living in Lakewood Ranch. So for many people, it's not really like living in a bubble, it's like living in paradise. The number 9 thing I want to talk about is traffic and getting around Lakewood Ranch. Lakewood Ranch is built on a grid. It is very easy to figure out how to get through Lakewood Ranch, and I don't think our traffic is bad at all. And when people complain about traffic, what I really think they're complaining about is when they leave Lakewood Ranch to go to Sarasota, go to the beaches, or head to Tampa, because traffic on Interstate 75 can definitely be a little crazy. And when you get into downtown Sarasota or go to the beaches, you'll definitely notice a lot more traffic. So I don't think it's the traffic here that surprises people, but in the surrounding areas. But it's so great living in this area and being so close to Sarasota, being so close to the beaches, but I think the traffic is worth the compromise. The last reality about living in Lakewood Ranch is that it's all about lifestyle. Whether you have kids that you want them to take drama classes or soccer or get involved in pickleball or sailing or anything you can imagine, we have that here in Lakewood Ranch. And for busy professionals, there's so many groups and clubs and ways to get involved that you have a great work-life balance. And for my empty nesters and retirees, well, there's a million ways to get involved and a million things to do. Between Facebook groups, between pickleball clubs, between book clubs and golfing, tennis, biking, there are so many ways to get involved. So Lakewood Ranch is all about lifestyle. So there you have it, 10 realities of living in Lakewood Ranch. If you have questions about Lakewood Ranch, about communities, neighborhoods, builders, please reach out, let me know how I can help. As always, I really appreciate you watching, and until next time, take care.